everyone, welcome. I hope you're all doing okay. Today, it's that day, it's Witch Casket time. So I'm sure lots of you are here because you know exactly what that means. Witch Casket is a UK-based kind of alternative for Witchy subscription box. It's £29 for people here in the UK and they ship absolutely everywhere, so we will not waffle on and on about it. We'll just dive into the box and see what we have got for the month of January 2022. So, a brand new year. Let's see what we've got for this year. So, right on top we have changes for the new year. This is the booklet that will tell us everything that's in the box. And they've just decided to bamboozle me by stapling it the other way around. So it's now landscape. It used to be like a little portrait booklet, but they've tried to baffle me by putting the staples down the side here instead. So that's a little booklet, but we won't look at it too much because we want to be surprised. But it does tell us that our theme for this month is Mindful Magic. So some mindfulness to start the new year, Mindful Magic, January 2022. Let's have a look. So, on top, as per usual, we have got our artwork for this month. Now this is a kind of unusual one. It's like a little woodland cottage with some like mushrooms and foliage. It's very kind of like folk arty. It almost looks like kind of like a collage or felted or something like that. It's a little bit different from some of the other ones we've had before. Just kind of like a doodly, mushroomy, very like autumnal type of vibes picture for our artwork for this month. Then we have a little paper pouch, which you get a little paper pouch every month and it contains like a little ritual or spell kit. And this one is Bright Blessings Bath/Shower Ritual. Contains everything you need to appreciate your blessings. So, what do we get in here? We've got quite a lot of herbs and stuff. So, we have got some rose petals, what looks like chamomile, but not really the flowers, just like the dust, if you know what I mean. Then what looks like the marigold and like a little tea bag thing, so that's to stop the herbs going down your drain. But mine's already filled with gross stuff, so you know. So we've got our little bath pouch, rose petals for love and blessings, chamomile for peace and blessings, and marigold for protection and joy. And then we've got a little card that tells us everything they expect us to do with it. It'll basically be that you fill up your little tea bag and then just let it soak in the bath or shower. I always chuck herbs and stuff in my bath. I normally just chuck them loose, and that's why there's always like stuff in the drain and stuff. It's a bit of a nightmare. Plus they have one of those like jacuzzi baths, which is just a terrible idea, by the way. Terrible idea. But yeah, so the whole system gets like clogged up with like little bits of herb and stuff, and every so often you'll get like a random bit of rosemary or something like float out of the system, and you think that's been in there for ages. It's gross. Those whole systems are just, they're not it, honestly. Even if you don't fill your bath with herbs and stuff, those systems like gross stuff happens in them. Don't recommend. Little side note, don't recommend jacuzzi baths. Anyway, we've got lots and lots of herbies for our spell kit this month. So that's quite cute. We haven't had a bath one for a little while. Then we've got a few bags which have got a nice like autumnal vibe to them. So we've got these bags with like orange and green ribbons, so that's quite pretty. One says so mote it be and one says new beginnings. Let's open up new beginnings because it feels the heaviest. So it feels like an egg. It is definitely an egg. So, New Beginnings Wooden Meditation Egg, made of wood for its grounding properties and edged with our New Beginnings sigil. Our exclusive meditation egg can be used as a tactile medication aid? No. Tactile meditation aid, or placed on your altar to beautifully symbolise creativity, rebirth and new beginnings. So guys, it's just like a basic wooden egg with this kind of dark black, very dark brown colouring Then it's got just a little sigil on the front. That's a bit different. I feel like we haven't had anything similar to that in the past. So just a little carved egg there. Then in our So Mote It Be bag, we have got, oh that's pretty, we've got like a little candle holder. It's all carved and etched. So, wooden spell candle holder. Choose your spell candle according to your intention, visualise your desires becoming a reality, then light your candle when you are feeling full of joy and gratitude for that positive outcome. Visualise and give thanks as the candle burns. And this is just quite pretty. I feel like whenever you get candle holders for these kind of small candles, they can sometimes be a bit boring, they're not often super decorative. Usually the more decorative style is saved for like tea light holders, etc., because people have those more, so they're more likely to get used. So it's quite nice to have a really pretty holder for these small little candles. So yeah, that's very pretty, I like that. Then I've also got the pin for this month, which is keeping on the candle theme, because it is 3 little candles that just say Mindful Magic across the front. So they give us an enamel pin every single month. I'm not sure this is my favourite design they've done. It's okay. I like the little candles. I'm not generally a fan when there's like writing on them. I prefer them more when they're just like a picture. But I'm not really a pin person anyway, so the people that collect these pins I'm sure will be very happy with it. But it's just like a nice simple little Mindful Magic with 3 little black candles. It looks like we've also got some candles to go with our candle holder. So these are, okay, so we've got 4 different colours. We have had little sets like this from them before. I think last time we got like an orangey set, and this is more of a dark set, so blacks and greens and greys. So it's saying white for cleansing and purifying, black for protection, banishing, hex breaking, grey, balance, wisdom, stability, compromise, green, money, abundance, and good fortune. So we've got those. It's quite like a muddy green, etc. They're very like dark, kind of swampy colours, if you know what I mean. So a nice pack of those to go with our little candle holder. We've then got one of these sheer bags, which makes me think it's probably our stone. I have so many of these little bags now. I've got a drawer literally overflowing with these like sheer bags. So this is, I get this kind of like muddy swampy green colour. This is some sort of like, yeah, green jasper. Green jasper is a nurturing stone which supports us during times of anxiety and stress and promotes peace and tranquility. It protects from negative energy and promotes contentment. And yeah, it's again giving me like swamp witch vibes, if you know what I mean. It's very like muddy, mossy green. It kind of looks like quartz with like moss kind of trapped inside it. It's quite pretty, I quite like it. It's got like translucent parts to it, and then the green is kind of suspended, which is quite cool. So yeah, it's quite a nice lump, just like a little lump, but it is quite a nice one. So there we go, green jasper, which I feel like we've had red jasper from them quite a few times, so it's nice to have some green to go with it. Then we've got some little tea bags. Mindful Witch's Brew. Chamomile and lavender, and the affirmation that they've put on the tea bag is I release all my anxiety and accept the present, so mote it be. Yeah, with chamomile and lavender, so it's supposed to be a soothing blend on that one. It's in quite pretty packaging this time as well. It's got like vines and little stars. As you know, tea bags are not the most exciting thing, but that's how you make tea bags pretty, is put like vines and stars and stuff all over them. Everybody knows I like celestial stuff and I like plants, so that's the way to make it very pretty. We've got some incense, mindful meditation incense. Light the incense and affirm, I attract peace and release stress, I am present. And it's sandalwood and patchouli, and I do like sandalwood, and I feel like patchouli is definitely the vibe of this box, with the whole like swamp witch feeling, if you know what I mean. If there's a smell of a swamp witch, I feel like it's patchouli. Am I talking nonsense? Or do you understand me? Who will know? That's quite nice. I mean, it does mainly smell of patchouli because that is quite a strong scent. Yeah, there is a bit of sandalwood, but you are mainly getting that patchouli through. But it's not quite as like earthy as some patchouli ones can be. But yeah, sticking with that swamp witch vibe, very like earthy scent. Then there's a big box, which is What's Your Poison Mug? Whatever your choice of witch's brew, remember to brew with intent and drink mindfully. Always stir clockwise to attract and counterclockwise to banish. And this is another one of those like camping type mugs. We had another one from them which was printed with the clockwise and anti-clockwise thing, which was the same material and things. This one just says, what's your poison? And then it's got Witch Casket on the other side. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of getting mugs and stuff in boxes because we use them. I've got way too many mugs to fit in my cupboards as it is. I just rather pick my own, if you know what I mean. But yeah, it's quite nice that it kind of goes with the other one. So if you did get the one last year, you're starting to build up a little bit of a set. And they're also good for people if you have a car and things, you could just chuck this in boot or whatever, because it's that durable material. But again, that swamp witch colouring, very like muddy green going on. So that's our little mug. Oh, and then I thought that was it, but there's one thing like hiding down the bottom. And that's this massive notebook. And it says Mindful Magic, which hopefully I'll be able to show you on camera because it's kind of black on black, which I feel like we got a little, I think it was in Witch Casket, we got a little notebook which was also black and black. And this has got some quite pretty details on it. I almost want to paint it in gold or something just to make it stand out more. But then inside it's like a journal, so you've got a date journal entry. I'm most grateful for. I learned this one magic thing I did today, some kind words about myself. So it's supposed to be used more like a diary for yourself to not only keep track of what's going on in your life, but also just stop and think about what you're grateful for, what has happened to you. Which is quite nice that it's not just a plain notepad. I feel like I've got so many notepads now. In these boxes you tend to get some pretty notepads, so I think, oh that's pretty, I'll keep it, but then it just sits there because I don't actually use notepads for anything. I'm not a note-taking kind of person, so you know, I do have quite a big stack of notepads. So it's quite nice that this one has got something a bit different in it, makes it more unusual and unique to the box. So yeah, quite pretty and a little bit different, which is what we always like to see. Then finally we have our scroll for this month, and this is a nice easy one to peel open, and it is the Magick of Mindfulness, and it's quite a wordy one, but it's all basically about staying present, I would say. Yes, so kind of about staying grounded and remaining aware of the present and your surroundings and etc, if you know what I mean. It's quite pretty. I like this like minty colour with the vines. I always think it's a bit prettier when they put it on different colour paper. But yeah, Magick of Mindfulness for this month's scroll. That was everything in this January box. I think my favourite item is probably just like the little candle holder, I think, just because it's quite pretty and I like pretty things and I don't have another one like it, so that's nice. I definitely maintain a like swamp witch vibes, if you know what I mean. It's all that kind of like muddy green colour they've gone for this month, I think. There's definitely something a bit more earthy about this box. The last few haven't really had a very natural nature type feel, and I feel like this one is much more kind of rooted in the earth. It's all about that grounding vibe, I think, which is what I think that's what they were going for, and I think it is giving that off. You'll have to let me know what items you liked or didn't like. If you like this box overall, I think it's quite a good one. I don't think it's like top tier, but I prefer it to the last couple we've had, because you know, just have a bit more of that like earthy vibe to it. So yeah, let me know what you think of this one. Are you excited to get it? Let me know your thoughts and opinions as always. I'll be back with the next one. Next month will be February, so we'll have to wait and see if it's going to be a love explosion box or not. But yeah, I'll see you then. And in the meantime, I hope you're doing well. I hope you have an amazing day, week, month, however long it is. And I'll see you all again soon. Bye everyone!